Designing intelligence, unsurprisingly, is all about artificial intelligence and how we work with it, and how the way in which we work with artificial intelligence and the uses at which we put it to create products and services are beginning to change and move on from what you might call the early phase to a more mature understanding of what we can do with it and how we combine humanness with machines. So we're seeing some reactions to artificial intelligence heading in two different directions at the moment. You have 80% of businesses saying they're beginning to use artificial intelligence in what they do, but you have 82% of Americans saying that they have concerns, either as customers or employees, about the introduction of AI and robots into society. So there you have it, you have this tension, and that's largely because of the persistent narrative that we've heard about this is a way to make everything more efficient, and what you hear when you hear that, if you're an employee, is this is a way in which I lose my job, or my job changes and becomes narrower. But it doesn't have to be like that, and we don't think it is going to be like that. So what happens next is we move beyond that. We're beginning to see very clear signals of this now when we look at the range of ways in which people are thinking about and beginning to design for intelligence. The three things to look for are enhancing the human experience. So a good example of how we're using AI to enhance human experience is, for example, making our usage of money better. And we're going to see, and we are beginning to see, clear evidence of banks beginning to come to market with products which genuinely help us understand the money we have and how to use it better. The second one is complexity. So for example, at least two railway companies in the world, in Tokyo and Swiss Railway Company, are looking and are using artificial intelligence in order to improve in real time their operations and make things smoother and safer for their customers. Another way in which we're seeing organizations use artificial intelligence to deal with complexity is at a strategic level. So interestingly, Salesforce are using AI in board meetings in order to examine and query data about their business in real time. Thirdly, and excitingly, we're seeing people increasingly use AI as a source of products and service innovation. At the product level, we're seeing Philippe Starck use this to design new kinds of chairs for businesses. At a strategy level, we're seeing an organization called Clydo bring to market an artificial intelligence which helps businesses make strategic decisions about innovation. And at a product and service level, we're seeing, for example, new kinds of skincare products coming to market which are dynamically individualized around a person's individual skin, face, and DNA to deliver them a product driven entirely by AI, but just for them. From a design perspective, we'll hear a lot more about parametric design over the next few years with AI, and this is where humans set some broad goals for the AI, and then the AI is set loose, so to speak, in order to come up with entirely new ways of thinking about the products and services and strategies of companies that we work for. That parametric design, at its heart, is taking the best of what a machine can do, which is to figure out problems, and the best of what humans can do, which is introduce the social angle. And that's why we called this trend Designing Intelligence this year. What we're seeing here is bringing the best of AI, using parametric design, creating new ideas that humans weren't capable of before, but mixing that with the social intelligence and contextual understanding that humans can bring to it, which AI generally cannot do, and using that to create much better products and services for the way we live in the 21st century. This is not a race against the machines, this is a race with the machines.